Hello, today I will show you how to upgrade RAM in AtomMan X7 Ti. So this is my AtomMan computer and I will present you step by step how to open the case and get into the RAM, and then you will be able to see how we can perform an upgrade. Okay, so first of all, we have to just do this, and here we have rubber footers right in the corners. So what you need to do, you need to get rid of these filters, because underneath there are screws there, so it's a little bit difficult. So it's good to have some kind of a tool like I'm using now and get rid of these rubber filters here, and one by one you will be able to do it very quickly. So it's good just to have something, dedicated to make it work. And after that, when you will just remove all the filters, all you need to do is just to use a screwdriver, right, and get rid of just these screws. So I will now remove them one by one. Okay, and you have to spot that they are very, very long, and yeah, so I will put it there. And now I'm just removing them. Okay, now I'm going to open the case, and there is one thing that is worth to mention. This is very important thing, just because without this it's difficult to open the case. So here is a small arrow here, right, and here is the small tiny hole. So all you need to do is just to put this like that and try to open the case very careful. Eventually I will use something like this. Now you can see I can open the case slowly like that. Okay, and now I can open it very, very slowly, and here you can see inside how it looks like. So we have a fan, and I will just make it this way, turn it up, turn around it, and here it's good to spot we have 12 small screws here. So 6 here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, right, and 6 here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we have to remove them to be able to remove the whole bracket that is holding the fan. So we are not removing the fan because it's a necessary thing in this case, but instead we are just removing the screws. They are very tiny, so I will try to put it on my hand and I will show you something like this. And yeah, so you're removing them one by one, right, and I will put and then a new RAM inside. So here we go. You have to be very, very careful and do it very slowly, and you need to be very, very patient. So just make sure that each screw is in the correct place. Then and once we removed all of them, we can carefully try to put the whole bracket in your hand and slowly, right, to show you, slowly try to open it. Just try to make sure that it is, yeah, exactly this way. And now I will just like here, and we can see we have our RAM here. So 2 RAMs here, the one and then the next one here. So all you need to do is just to remove something like this, and now you can get rid of the RAM. So here is the RAM, and by default in the factory they put two 16 gigabytes modules. So in my case I will put 48 gigabytes, so in total I will have 96 gigabytes of RAM. Exactly something like this. I'm using the Crucial because the vendor, the Miniform, is also using the Crucial memories, and they are using, as you can see, DDR5 5600 SODIMM, so you can exactly see what kind of RAM it is, and you need to put exactly the same modules but bigger one, right? So once you did it, and please bear in mind that you need to carefully you know, get rid of this and put it on new RAM. So I will get rid of the next one, and here we go, like that. And this is much more difficult to remove, but after that, once you understand how to make it work, when you will remove it, you will be able to work with the RAM. So you have to be very, very, very careful. So once you just put this on new RAM, and you have to put RAM back to the slot and make sure it is working just like that, and it is in place, and all sits correctly inside the case. So make sure that it is working and you're putting your RAM correctly into the slots. And once you're sure that everything is in place and we have our RAM in the slot, right, you can put back the bracket with the fan. So here we go, just like that. And now make sure that all the holes fits correctly. I mean, you need to make sure that you're able to then put everything together. So the best idea is to use some kind of technique that I call corner technique. I mean, first of all, I'll try to put a screw in one corner and the next in the opposite corner, to make sure that you know, it holds properly the bracket. But you know, do not tighten screws, because before you will tighten them, make sure that every single screw fits correctly the hole. So you will tighten hole at the end, right? So that's the way we can do it properly, to make sure that there is no problem at all, and you do not have to make any correction after that, because you do not want to waste your time. And now I can tighten the holes, the screws in hole, to make sure that everything is just in place. Now the whole bracket fits correctly, and now bear in mind, here we have a USB ports like here, right? So you have to do it this way. So make sure that USB ports correctly fit into holes like that. So this corner is the most important, this one, and then slowly put this into the case. Just, you know, do not use too much power, but yeah, now you can hear the characteristic click. So you're now sure that the bottom of the case properly fits. And now we will just close the case. Here we go. So make sure screws holds tight the whole case, right? And now going back here, rubber footers. Okay, and okay. So the hole is in place, and now we can see we have here USB 4 ports, two USB blue ports, right? And we have also the headphones microphone jacket, and this is some kind of a reset button, if I remember correctly. Here is the power button, here is the camera, because it has a camera here, so you can see it's some kind of you know, you can just hide the camera if you don't want to use it, as the cards here. And we have a port RG45, we have OQ-Link port and USB 4, USB-C, and we have also two USB here and HDMI and display link, and the power source, it's 19 volts. Here we go. So yeah, this way. And this is the whole replacement of the RAM. And now you can ask why we have these holes here. I will show you something like this. Instead of this PC, it has something like this, so you can use it. This is some kind of a stand where you can exactly put it into holes, move it up, and, you know, just keep your computer replaced. So now I will try to turn it on, and I will try to show you how to work with this PC. And if you are wondering, you can watch, you can observe other channels, or you can look for the information about the OQ-Link, because there is a separate eGPU that you can just connect using the OQ-Link port, OQ-Link cable to the actually this mini PC, and into the eGPU you can connect the power source and the graphic card, right? So external graphic cards can be connected via the eGPU and OQ-Link port. So if you're interested in, you can just, you know, look for the information about it. I'm using a GPU, but this is not the case in this situation. We just upgraded RAM, and we want to make sure that the RAM is working as expected. Okay, so now you can see it is running, and we need to make sure that the machine will be up and running correctly, and then we should see that the machine is connected. I'm using the OQ-Link port, so it is connected to my external graphic card, and now I will try to turn on the machine, and I hope it will work. And now we can see it is up and running, and we can use the whole idea. And I will try to show you something, and maybe I will turn off the light, it will be better. And now you can see something like this, so I will put it closer. And here we have an option to, we can just adjust it. This is the small icon here, and it's difficult to see. I mean, try to change the angle. Here we go. The angle shows different icons on the screen. We have 4 buttons, so here we can change the language. So by default the Chinese language is set, so it is good to switch the language. So I will go back here and go back here, and I will try to explain. You can see this very small tiny, I mean, how to explain it, button here with near this blue one. So do not click the blue one, but the small one to open the menu where you can change the language and switch the language to your needs. Of course, there is no Polish language. I was looking for it, but basically we have all those languages, and you can switch the language to the one that you understand. And then we have the device interfaces, right? So they are described here. We have the layout, so we can choose the correct layout if we want to, depends on your needs. So yeah, and now we have also the clock, so we can configure the clock if we want to, and the date, and this is all of it. And the big one, blue button here, is responsible for performance, and there is a balance and the power save mode. So it changes the behavior of the fan and the CPU, and it is using less power. And now if we will switch to performance, it is using the max performance of the CPU. And also you can see the GPU is connected, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 currently is connected through the Oculink cable to the eGPU dock, right? And also here we have the lightness, so we can dim it or make the screen 100% visible, right? And here is the volume, so you can change the volume in the system, and also USB ports here, and the RAM, the CPU, the date, so you can click the clock if you want to. You can manage the clock. If we can change it, the view you can see here, so you just swipe the finger and you can just use the clock, the one that you prefer. I will go back. And now what about the GPU, CPU and RAM and SSD? It is not possible to click them. I mean, it is displaying only the information about the system. And there is a process in the computer. It comes with the Windows 11, and if you will go to the manufacturer's website, there is something like drivers, and I will try to show you how to work with them, and I will explain how this display exactly is working. So give me a second, and here we go. We have information about this PC, this mini PC. It's a barebone type, and by default 32 GB of RAM and 1 TB SSD. It's a NVMe drive, and there is also the EG1 eGPU dock, and if you can just choose this one if you want to, adapter US. However, you can buy this in Europe, so there is no problem at all to get this PC. And here is the view of the whole computer, right, with all the parts. And yeah, this one and this one, and I will make it bigger. I hope this one will work. And here we can see the whole computer. And yeah, this is the way we can just see how everything works. And then there's something like overview, so we can exactly watch videos about. And we have also the specifications. So we have Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, 185H, Intel Arc graphics, DDR5, right, and max 96 GB of RAM. That is why I maxed it, and you can see that in fact it is maxed just because it shows me that I'm using the GPU inside. So here we go. We have a 95 5.8. I mean, because Windows takes some RAM from the computer for the operating system. However, by default, it is working the way that just, you know, in Linux, it will show the complete amount of RAM, and the problem might be connected with one thing, and I will try to explain this in a moment and why. So we have the whole specification here, but it is using something like I'll try to look for the drivers here. Control F SCCS. Yep, touchscreen SCC plugin. Just because here at the end, minisforum.uk, and here is a very tiny link. This is a nightmare, to be honest. I will provide this link in the description of the video, so you will be able to make it work, and then you will work with the device like I can. So we have drivers for Windows 11 here, and we have a screen driver. This is exactly the one that I was presenting on the screen, right? So you have to download both and install them, because without them you will not be able to proceed and work with this. But let's check what we have for Ubuntu. Nothing. So there is no option for Ubuntu, no option for macOS. What about BIOS? No BIOS. What about firmware? No firmware, only for Windows. We have drivers and screen drivers. And for Windows 11 23H2 OS, we have also something like a BIOS and Windows. So we can see here we have drivers, screen driver, BIOS and firmware. So we have a BIOS and a firmware. So if you want to, you can use the newest BIOS released on, if I remember, if I can read correctly, 24th June 2024, and there is also user manual in language in English and in, if I think, in Chinese. Okay, so that's it, and everything is here. Oh, right. Sorry for this, it was pretty long, and I didn't think that it will be so difficult to find drivers for this device, for this touchscreen actually. And thanks to this, if we can use the touchscreen, right, and in Windows we can use all the functionalities. However, it will not work in Linux, so that's pity. And now you will ask me why I want to have 96 GB of RAM and eGPU with RTX 3060 in this moment, just because I want to use LLMs and I want to run locally LLMs on this PC. So in the 3060 RTX I have 12 gigabytes of VRAM. That is crucial in this case, and now in this mini PC I have 96 gigabytes of RAM additionally, so I can work with larger models, and I can find out is there a way that you can load the model to the RAM. So if the model is huge and has many parameters, and you can load the whole module into the RAM, that is pretty fantastic. So yeah, in the beginning the most important case is the VRAM in the graphic card, so I will be able to load smaller models directly into the VRAM in my graphic card. But if I would like to use a larger one, I can load the larger model directly into the RAM inside the mini PC. So yeah, and I can then use it and I can test local models, because I want to be able to test them, to use them, to show you in future videos how we can use local models on PC. And I will try to show you how we can work with this in Windows. I will try to install some kind of Linux. I don't know. I will look for a proper distribution. Probably it will be a Debian 12, but maybe a newer one when they will release a new version, because I don't want to use a testing version of Debian because I do not like use unstable distros. So yeah, basically that's something that I will present and I will show you that Linux is working on this device, but it may be a problem with Oculink driver, with the external eGPU in Linux. So I will test it and I will just try to find out is it working and is there a way to make it, to make it work, to connect it together and to force it to work like it is working in Windows 11. Thank you very much. Have a nice day or night. Take care. Bye bye.